Don't you think it's time for us to see the real elephant in the room? Now, this is a phrase that's very common, elephant in the room. And you'll probably hear me use this expression more and more. So don't be surprised. And I'm speaking concerning the current events in the world that we're facing as a nation and as a world. I've talked about this several times, our preparedness for what is going on and what is to come. Are you prepared for a major awakening in America as a result, as the result of what's going on in the world right now, as far as the wars that's going on right now in the Middle East and in Europe? Ladies and gentlemen, it's unprecedented. You need to get prepared if you're not. I've said this in many videos over the past at least 5 years. You need to start stocking up on essential items for your home. Whoever you are, wherever you are, especially here in America, within the sound of my voice, necessary items, non-perishable food, of course, canned foods. And you may not be able to cook that food. You may have to just eat some of those things right out of the can if you can't cook it. Make sure you have a device, a manual can opener, maybe even a military style can opener. We use something called a P38 or a crank style, traditional style crank style can opener. Make sure that you have a few of those in case you can't cook those meals. Meat in a can, vegetables in a can. Okay, this is if and when things become extreme. If you're able to cook, some dry goods. And you need candles, household emergency candles. You're going to need flashlights and batteries, not cheap batteries. And you're going to need alkaline batteries, the good ones. You're going to need Ziploc bags. You're going to need some weather proven clothing. You're going to need some boots for the weather in case you have to leave your home. You're going to need what we call a bug out bag, some strong, sturdy duffel bags and or backpacks, book bags if you will. You're going to need gloves, rubberized gloves even. You're going to need rain gear, possibly. You're going to need hats for the weather, just in case you're going to be in wet weather. Socks, change of underwear. I know to some of you, you may think this sounds ridiculous, you're listening to someone who is a military person, former. I know what I'm talking about. For those of you that take medication, you're going to need to make sure that you have your medication stocked up. You're going to need pill holders, containers, if you will. You're going to need, if I haven't already mentioned it, Ziploc bags. You're going to need that. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, if you will. And you're going to need something to protect yourself. You're going to need hunting knives. You're going to need cordage. You know what cordage is? Rope, vinyl. Okay? Look it up. You're going to need knives, like a combat knife, like a Bowie type knife. Look it up. You need to be doing this now. You're going to need cell phones and portable chargers. Okay. You're going to need a compass. Hello. You're going to need a couple of sturdy whistles. Yes. To communicate. You're going to need a radio or two. Having a backup is a good idea. And I mentioned the knives already. And I did say that you need something to protect yourself. I did mention the knives. You're also going to need a gun or two. Yes, for self-defense. Because if peradventure you have to leave your home, you must understand, you must overstand that there are going to be other people, possibly in the streets, out of doors, that are going to be of every element that's going to try to take what you have, who are going to be less prepared and not prepared. And you're going to have to possibly have to protect yourself and what you have. That's called the real world. If you have glasses to see, even if you have female family members, you're going to have to protect them or just your family members in general. Think on these things. And again, this is just the beginning. So think about this. You're going to also need a first aid kit. This is just the beginning. So think on these things. Now, I have done videos in time past. You can search my channel. Just look up survival, the term survival or bugging out or something along that line, or just simply ask me and I'll see if I can pull that video for you or one of those videos for you. Or you can just look at a prepper video. There's plenty of them on YouTube and other platforms. Just look it up. But don't think that I'm some sort of conspiracy theorist. I'm not. Look at the writing on the wall. Look at the world in which we live right now. We are living in hard times, and things are going to get even worse. Trust and believe what I'm saying to you. This is not make believe. No matter who the president is going to be, the next 5 to 10 years is going to be very, very difficult for many of us. That's it. And that's all.